Well, hello all. As you can see my thumbnail, I'm here doing an album ranking. Well, it's obviously they don't have a large quantity of music because they were only around for a few years and they have 5 official albums. That band, as you can see in the thumbnail, is the Police. Anyway, my cat is here. Stop it. Dude, ready to mug for the camera. Anyway, you want to see him? This is Sullivan. Anyway, so Sullivan's gonna sit here and listen to the album ranking. Now the band, the Police, Sting, Andy Summers, and Stuart Copeland. They came out in '77, out of England, of course. Even though Stuart Copeland was an American. They put out 5 official albums. They got a couple of box sets and live albums, but there's not much, you know. Sting went on to very profitable and formidable and a very good solo career. Stuart Copeland went on to do a lot of movie soundtracks. I think he worked with Francis Ford Coppola and Rumblefish. That's the one that comes to my mind. So I'm going to rank their 5 albums, go over a couple of other little things that I got here. And so ow, what is wrong with you? This cat's crazy. Anyway, so now the Police were one of our top bands when we were growing up. And I'm talking around, you know, when we were initially entering our teen years in 79, 80, 81, the Police, that was our band. That was our band in the basement parties, the keg parties, was the Police. Who else was it? It was Dire Straits was another one. Pink Floyd was another one. Those were the 3 big ones for us. Van Halen. Who else? I'm trying to think. But whatever, you know, it was definitely the Police and Dire Straits right there. And then, of course, U2 and other groups along the way. But, so we're going to begin with the album ranking. So, as I try to scoot around my cat here. Come on, move over, bro. So, coming in at number 5. Dude, stop. Coming in at number 5 is their debut album, which came out in November of 1978. Outlandis d'Amour. Says it went to number 23 in the US and number 6 in the UK. This is the inside of the album sleeve. That's what originally held the LP sleeve. Classic albums. I have to like grade their albums because every album is a classic. 5 classic albums. Some, just in my opinion, a little better than the others. Next to You, So Lonely, Roxanne, Hole in My Life, Can't Stand Losing You, Truth Hits Everyone. There's a couple of little clunkers on here. Born in the 50s, which is for Be My Girl, Sally. They're okay, but you know what else was good about the Police? Because they started as a punk band, and then they had the song Landlord, which is on their. They have a compilation, greatest hits called Message in a Box, and that was one of their earliest singles, Landlord and Fallout. They were just punk singles. That's why they initially got grouped in with the punk. Then they went into the kind of new wave. But they had their own unique sound. They sound like no one else. No one else. So there you go. There's Outlandis d'Amour, number 4. And then we have Zenyatta Mondadata. This is probably the album that actually, when I started, actually became a big fan of the band. You know, they had the big hits. These were top 10 songs, the Do, Don't Stand So Close to Me. But once again, just voices in my head. Man in a Suitcase. When the World Is Running Down. Make the best of what's still around. It's great stuff. So, like I said, this was the inside sleeve to the record that held it. So, some more pictures in there. It's like a box. I don't know. It's like a book. So this album came out in October 3rd, 1980. First time I saw them on tour, too, at Madison Square Garden. See, they were already getting to be a pretty big band. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 3. We're into the top 3 already. Ghost in the Machine. Ghost in the Machine, released October 2nd, 1981. And this is what the inner sleeve of the record looked like. And of course, the big hit off of this was Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. But it also had Spirits in the Material World, Invisible Sun, which was written about the Irish hunger strikers, Bobby Sands in them. Too Much Information. Omega Man, that's like my favorite. Darkness, I love Darkness, which is written by Stuart Copeland, is a great song. And Omega Man, which is written by Andy Summers, great song. But Every Little Thing She Does, is there a more infectious single that you ever heard? Fantastic. Hold on. Anyway, back to the Police. Sorry about the this was supposed to be a machine interpretation of each one of the members of the Police. I assume the spiky one was Sting. And I forget which. I think that's Stuart Copeland, because he's kind of supposed to be sitting on a drum stand, chair, stool. I saw them on this tour also. I saw them on this tour at the Brendan Byrne. It's called the Brendan Byrne Arena. I don't know what it's called now. It's in New Jersey. And the Go-Go's opened up. That was a great show. Very funny times. We went out there in a little VW Samba bus. Oh, it's fantastic. The whole thing was beautiful. Ripping lines off the little table in the bus. Hey, it was the 80s, baby. Come on. Anyway, so that's a big album for them. Next up, what's next? Okay, this is what people call their magnum opus. Synchronicity. Synchronicity came out in 83. It was June of 80. When did it come out? June of 83. I remember it's my senior year in high school. And Every Breath You Take. All over the radio. Number 1 for weeks. This is a big album. I think it sold like 20 million copies worldwide. This blew them into the stratosphere. They were a big band at this point. Synchronicity 1, Walking in Your Footsteps, Oh My God, which is a great song, Mother, that's an interesting song. Synchronicity 2 is a big hit, almost went top 10. Number 1 on Every Breath You Take, King of Pain. Tina Sahara, Wrapped Around Your Finger went top 10. And then they have also Murder by Numbers on this edition. Now, Murder by Numbers was originally a B-side. Great Police song. Like I said, their B-sides are just fantastic. So that's something to look out for when you're trying to get into the Police. So this is my number 2 album by them. Oh, saw them on this tour. Saw them at Shea Stadium. Anyway, and then I saw them in 1986 for the Amnesty International concert. And that was the last time they ever performed. Was that show that I was at. And they got together again, I think it was in 2008, for the 30th anniversary, and that's it. I don't think they'll ever get back together again. So, which brings me to their number 1 album, in my opinion, Regatta de Blanc. I love the cover of it. I love the color of it. It looks very punk. It looks very new wave. This album came out October 2nd, 1979. This was the inside. It got the nice Police badge. That was on the inner sleeve. Just a great album. Message in a Bottle, Regatta de Blanc, which is an instrumental, It's Alright for You, Bring on the Night, which is probably my favorite song on the album, Death Wish is a great song, Walking on the Moon, The Bed's Too Big Without You, Contact, No Time, it's great, it's got so many punk elements to it, it's just awesome. Now, that was my album ranking for The Police. A few stories, few anecdotal things there. This is their greatest hits package. Like I said, the best one to get is probably Message in a Bottle. It's got every single thing they ever recorded, including I Burn For You, which was on the Brimstone and Treacle album. This is pretty cool because this greatest hits record, it's got like this original poster for Los Angeles. This original police poster, which I think is really cool. I kind of like that. It's greatest hits package. It's got it says 28 songs on it. It's pretty much almost everything they wrote. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to show you the poster. But like I said, they got this. They had another one they put out in 86 when they updated Don't Stand So Close to Me 86 version, which was good. I just felt it was rather inferior to the original. And then we got this, which I just got. Now, I used to have this on VHS. This is The Police Around the World. This is like a documentary about their tour for Regatta de Blanc, and they were just all these other. They were in Japan. They were, I think, what is this? They were in Egypt. They were everywhere. So this album, which is cool, which actually came out this year, right? It's got a live album in it, which is really cool. Because they don't have too many live albums. They got the live tour they did for the 30th anniversary. They got a live record that was in '95. And then there's this. That's it. And this is actually a documented live album from their 78, 79 tour. So that's really cool. Yeah, I really dig that. Let me see what songs are on it. Let me see what's in the liner notes. Okay, so it looks like these were all recorded in the Far East, except for one, Roxanne, which was at the Hammersmith. There's a couple from the Hammersmith. But they're all from the first two albums, and most of it is recorded in Japan, a couple in Hong Kong, and two at the Hammersmith. There you go. So, one of my all-time favorite bands. I read this book on it with Andy Summers, One Train Later, Andy Summers. This is a very fascinating read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I read Sting's book, Broken Music. Oh, it says I got some ticket stubs in here. I can't even read them. This was published in 2003. The Andy Summers book. It's got such fascinating stories in here. I used to hang out with John Belushi a lot. I did not even know that. This was published in 2006. So there you go. So there's the rundown of The Police. I'll give a quick run through again. My number 1 album, my number 2 album, my number 3 album, my number 4 album, and to round out the whole list, number 5, Outlandis D'Amour. Thank you for watching the G Wiz channel. G Wiz, that's an interesting name there. Dude, where'd you get that from? Wouldn't you like to know? Anyway, hey, you want to say goodbye to Sullivan? There he is. There he is. Where is it? Sullivan, look up. Psst. There he is. Psst. Sullivan, say goodbye. Peace.